Hey, my name is Hadley. I am an alum of AmeriCorps NCCC FEMA Corps. NCCC is an abbreviation for National Civilian Community Corps, and FEMA stands for the Federal Emergency Management Agency. Whoa! I know what you're thinking. She just said a lot of words. What is she talking about? Yes, I can read minds. Well, I'm glad you asked. Let me explain.
AmeriCorps is a national service initiative run by the Corporation for National and Community Service. Known as CNCS for short, this is a federal agency with the mission to improve lives, strengthen communities, and foster civic engagement through service and volunteering. AmeriCorps members address issues of national concern by serving in all 50 states and U.S. territories. Focus areas include education, economic opportunity, environmental stewardship, disaster services, building healthy communities, and services for veteran and military families. AmeriCorps members volunteer at schools, public agencies, nonprofit agencies, or community and faith-based organizations.
NCCC is a full-time, residential, team-based program for Americans between the ages of 18 to 24. The focus of this AmeriCorps program is to improve communities and develop future leaders. The commitment is for 10 months, and during this time, members work, travel, and live with a team usually consisting of 8 to 10 people. Members receive lodging, transportation, uniforms, meals, a small living stipend, and an education award upon completion of their service. FEMA Corps operates the same as NCCC, the fundamental difference being that the projects are centered around disaster services. To give you a better understanding, I will tell you about the projects that my team completed during our term. Our first deployment was to the FEMA Region 8 office in Denver, Colorado. There, we worked alongside the external affairs staff to build relationships with local and tribal governments, businesses, nonprofits, and other agencies. The local community then knew who to contact when in need of resources after a disaster. The next deployment was quite a hike, all the way to Washington, D.C. Did I mention that we traveled everywhere together in 15-passenger vans? At FEMA headquarters, we did public outreach and education, letting citizens know what to do in case of a large-scale disaster in their area. Soon after, we began working at a national processing center in Hyattsville, Maryland. The majority of our responsibility was to answer calls from disaster survivors and register them for federal assistance. We had been west and we had been east. Now it was time to head south. Austin, Texas was my team's first active deployment, meaning that we were directly responding to a federally declared disaster. Texas had been hit with severe storms and flooding. Again, we paired with the External Affairs Department and connected government agencies and media sources with information on how citizens could receive assistance. One Friday evening, we received a phone call informing us that we had been assigned to a new deployment and needed to depart for Columbia, South Carolina early the following morning. South Carolina had just been devastated by severe storms and flooding. Our job was to register disaster survivors for federal assistance. We did this by canvassing various neighborhoods and being stationed at FEMA facilities and shelters that were operated by the American Red Cross. As you can imagine, our housing arrangements changed quite frequently. We lived in college dormitories, houses rented by AmeriCorps, a whole lot of different hotels, and even in a couple of churches. Most of the time, we worked on our main projects 5 days a week, though this was extended to 6 or 7 days a week during active deployments. During our weekends, we would complete additional volunteering. This included physically removing debris from disaster-stricken areas and private homes, distributing food to citizens in need, cleaning and rehabilitating public lands, helping to get animals adopted from local shelters, volunteering at special events in museums, and much, much more. Of course, we still allowed some time for fun. Weekends and travel days provided my team with the opportunity to explore many different incredible places across the United States. It was an amazing chance to get to know more about each other, our country, and ourselves.
I will get things done for America.
Our people safer, smarter, and healthier.
I will bring Americans together to strengthen our communities.
Faced with apathy, I will take action.
Faced with conflict, I will seek common ground.
Faced with adversity, I will persevere.
I will carry this commitment with me this year and beyond.
I am an AmeriCorps member, and I will get things done.